Hi guys, hope you're good. Hope everyone's doing well. Aeon seems happy. I'm apprehensive. Fish is telling me about his bowel movements again. Glad to always get an update on what is coming out and where it's coming out. Fish says something. I don't know what that means, but I'll take that as a positive. Durwood says, "Hello, family. How are you doing? How are you feeling any better? Hope you're good. Hope you're feeling a bit better. This match might make us both feel worse. I can't lie after seeing the lineup, but let's see how it goes." Ikram says, "Hey." Charlotte says, "Hi." Fish with a bit of is that a bit of Latin? Is that Latin or Spanish? It's not French. Might be Latin or one of those. Palace has their conference league team in, and Liverpool playing under 21s. Yeah, some Kieran Morrison guy is starting. I'll be honest, had no clue who he was. Kind of looks a bit like Curtis Jones, and I'm yet to confirm if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But he is playing today. Rio's playing under 21. Trey Neoni's playing under 14, but under 21. Excited to see Calvin Ramsey. I can't lie. He played like one game for Liverpool a few years ago, and I can't lie. He kind of looked amazing. So I hope he's pretty good. I sent you a message on IG. It was funny. Okay. Let's have a look. I'll be honest. I'm pretty rubbish at checking messages. Jonathan always tells me I've sent you a message. Oh yeah, a day ago. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. It looks funny, but I'll watch it properly with audio later. Let me just it's kicked off, but let me just make a note to watch that properly. Watch Instagram. I will report back on that next time. Oh God, so many windows open. Fish says tomorrow that team versus Gornik, Polish Cup. What round? What round is it? I mean, it must be the start of the cup, I guess. But I hope you get through. Siphoning Lightning says, finally a Spurs game that isn't at 2 a.m. for me. Yeah, must be nice. I don't know how some of you guys stay up that late. So you stay up for 2 a.m. games. I think Durwood mentioned in the past that she woke up for at 7 a.m. for a Japan game because Minamino was playing. You guys are better fans than me. I can't. I'm more of a I'll watch the highlights the next day type of guy. As bad as it sounds, I'm happy that this is the starting lineup. So when we lose, I like the win. Because I've been resigned to a win as well. So when we lose, it's not that big a deal, yeah. And it will be one less competition to worry about. So that's always nice. Round of 32, nice. Well, I hope your team gets through. What are the fixtures for today? I've been busy as hell. I can't lie. I have a problem. I've booked another holiday because international break is just so boring. So I had a holiday for the last international break. I've booked another one for the November international break. I blame international breaks. So I've been kind of busy as hell. But I'm trying to see who's playing today. Competitions. Oh Jesus Christ! This sofa score. It's just it's a user interface nightmare. It's just throwing too many stats at me. Spurs versus Newcastle. Do you think Tottenham will win? It's tough. I can't lie. It is tough. Sard supports Spurs and Siphoning Lightning also supports Spurs. It's not impossible. It's not impossible. But it is tough. I'm not gonna lie. We shall see. What's my phone doing? No, the regular games are 7 a.m. Japan was 5 a.m. Wow, so you woke up at 5 a.m. to watch a game. Yeah, that's. I don't think I've ever done that. When I was younger, I would maybe 20s. But after I hit mid 20s, that became a lot more difficult. Oh, even this effing SofaScore website, man, it's just France, Spain. No, give me there we go. EFL Cup, finally. There you go. It's a corner, but nothing happens. Is he wearing 66? That Morris? No, he's wearing 68. I was gonna say, damn. That's ballsy. Arsenal, Brighton, Liverpool, Palace, Swansea, Man City, Chelsea have already gone 1-0 up, and Newcastle, Spurs. It's a tight game. I can't lie, it's a tight game. Spurs could win it. Siphoning Lightning wakes up for Champions League games no matter the time. Nice. So, roughly what time does that kind of convert to for you? In England, it's 7:30, 7:45, 8 o'clock at night. It's not too bad, but like, how does that generally convert for you? Fish with a couple of vegetables. I think you got cabbage, corn on the cob, a tomato, some broccoli, an aubergine. Thank you for that. What's that? What's that thing called? Avocado. But yeah, pretty good. When Spurs win, it will be surprising because we're playing at St. James. Yeah, it's a tough game. I can't lie. But it's not impossible. It's not impossible. Polish Cup is like the FA Cup of Poland, says Fish. Nice. So you're in the round of 32. I hope your team does well. User says, if Slot goes, who genuinely is there to replace him? I'm not sure, to be honest. Manager market's not great at the moment. People say like Zidane, but I'm like, Zidane can't speak English. And I feel like Zidane's a good fit for Real Madrid, but I'm not convinced his skill set would translate that well to other leagues. I think continue to give Slot an opportunity to get out of the situation he's in. Siphoning Lightning says, usually Champions League games are like 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. for me, but I wake up to watch them. Nice. That is impressive. I can't lie. That is an impressive level of commitment that I do not have. Where are you going on your next holiday? To Arne Slot land, to Netherlands. To be honest, part of the reason is like work is quite intensive at the moment, so I haven't been streaming as much, and probably partly why I was swearing so much on yesterday's gaming stream. But so I basically needed a bit of time off. Netherlands quite cheap. I was gonna go for 2 nights, because 2 nights, 3 days is here's Rio saved. I was gonna go for 2 nights. But then I found a hotel that was super cheap, and it was like 60-70 pounds a night from Sunday to Thursday, like 60-70 pounds. And then on Friday, suddenly the price doubled. So I said, okay, I might as well just go for 5 nights. So now I've got to find 5 nights worth of stuff to do in Netherlands, which I might struggle with. But yeah, I've been to Netherlands before for work. And when I came back from Canada, that's where it stopped. But it should be good. Should be good. We won 6 Polish Cups. Most winners is Legia Warsaw, says Fish. Are you in second place then? Are you in second place for the most cups? And Liverpool, mate. I can see. I think he'll end up at Celtic, mate. And I don't know if my Ange impersonation's any good, mate. I think it's probably a bit of rubbish, mate. Champions League is rare as a Spurs fan. Oh yeah, that makes sense then. Kind of why it's worth waking up. I recently found a 2006 Liverpool shirt in my room, like randomly. Like where did it where did it come from? Did you like abduct a fan? Also, you don't know where you have it. Yeah, it's a nice memento to have. It might be worth a bit, you know. Keep it for a bit longer. Maybe sell it when you're older. Felicity says hi. How are you, Felicity? Hope all is good with you. Ball goes out. Dot, aka full stop, aka period, aka I don't care, says yo, sorry I'm late. That's all right. How you doing? It says we have to keep Slot for now, but when there's a new manager on the market that fits us, yeah, it makes sense. I mean, when and if there's a new manager available and Slot is still struggling, I think those two kind of data points have to align. But if like a new manager is available and Slot is not struggling, then yeah, I'd 100% just keep him. But yeah, to be honest, like this game, I'm not overly fussed with. It's the next one, which I believe is Villa. In Netherlands, just ride a bike, yeah. I've started planning like an itinerary of what to do, where to go. Stroop waffles are quite popular there. Pretty nice. I'll have to get one of those. And yeah, all the bog standard touristy stuff. Speaking of tourists, McAllister's down. McAllister has been a tourist for much of this season. Ange would fit Liverpool, mate. Likes using fullbacks, mate. Attacking players, mate. Get up the pitch, mate. Attacking non-stop, mate. Yeah, he would be a nice fit. I just worry that like it's fun, but eventually the all-out attacking, like fans love it at the start, but then when you start conceding goals, then fans suddenly don't love it as much as they did to begin with, if you know what I mean. Like eventually they turn on that sort of stuff. But I can't lie, I would be extremely surprised if he was to get the Liverpool job. But if he did, I would be excited to see. I would be excited to see what he does for about a month or so. Fish says STS Super Pucha Polski is Community Shield. Nice. And Fish's team has won 6 Polish Cups. That's pretty good. You're definitely up there. And you always wins trophies, mate. Second season, mate. A wise man once said you only need to outscore the opponent to win. Yeah. Was that Michael Owen? Michael Owen said something like, "If a team scores more than the other team, then they usually end up winning." And I was like, "Yeah, nice one, Michael." Oh bollocks! I've just realised I haven't even started the timer. But that's fine. Calvin Ramsey, who used to be number 22, but is not anymore because Ekatike is. Why is it? Oh, it is moving. I was thinking, why is the timer not moving? Do, 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 do. I hope Ramsey does well. This Calvin Ramsey guy from Scotland. As I said, that one game he played was pretty good. In Australia, the inaugural Australian Championship, which is second division pro league in Australia. South Melbourne boys are in it and undefeated so far in the group stage. Nice. Hope that goes well. Cycling Lightning is going to go watch Spurs, who are kicking off soon versus Newcastle. Good luck in that game. Fingers crossed it goes well. Polish Super Cup is a community shield of Poland. Nice. Does it have the same rules like first versus second, or first versus the cup winner? I guess. Swansea are 1-0 up. Oh my god! Against Man City. Goncalo Franco. Goncalo. What kind of team are Man City playing? That's a pretty good team, to be fair. That's a pretty good team that City are playing. They've got Trafford, Lewis, Kusanov, Ake, Ait Nouri, Gonzalez, Mukasa. Okay, I don't know who Mukasa is. Oscar Bob, Shirky, Doku, and Marmoush. That's a pretty good team. It's a pretty good team. James says doing anything but managing United. Yeah, I'm still trying to get sacked, to be honest, because if I get sacked, then I get a payoff, and there's no better way to get sacked than by wearing a Liverpool shirt. So that's my top secret plan. What do you think about Liverpool's defense overall? Honestly, pants. Milton wants, as in, do you want to see the Liverpool lineup? I'll see if I can bring it up. Ooh, just wide by Rio. So the Liverpool lineup is Woodman, Ramsey, Gomez, Robertson playing centre back. I know a lot of people don't like that, myself included. Kirk as left back, and then Endo, Trainioni holding midfield. Kieran Morrison right wing, McAllister and Rio on the left, and Chiesa up top. So yeah, basically a very not reduced lineup, a second string lineup. But to be honest, Palace's lineup ain't much better. I mean, Mark Gahey is playing. Munoz is playing. So it is still quite strong. How good is Asaidi and Nabil Alzar? Which one was first? I think Alzar was first, wasn't he? In terms of those. Honestly, both bang average. and bang average might be exaggerating, if I'm honest. They weren't that good. They weren't that good. If I had to rank them, I'd maybe put Elzar slightly higher because I think he got a few good goals, but yeah, none of them particularly move the needle. Emma says, "Allow me to say Liverpool is out this night." You're probably correct, to be honest. That's what we think as well. To be honest, I wouldn't really mind too much. If it was the FA Cup, I might mind slightly more, but I still wouldn't be all that fussed. But yeah, to be honest with you, I don't see this Liverpool team scoring a goal, but I do see them conceding a goal, which unfortunately means elimination. So Emma is correct with said prediction. So if Mark Gahey plays bad, should we have hopes he's coming in the winter? Yeah, he could do us a favor. I mean, come on, we put a whole medical on for him. We invited him to our training ground. We probably gave him a nice drink, conducted a medical for him, and he just I feel like he needs to repay us by kicking the ball in his own net. And if he does kick the ball in his own net, hopefully that confirms a winter transfer. There's rumours about kind of Real Madrid and people being interested in him, but I don't think so. I still think he'll come to Liverpool. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on who you ask, I think Konate will be off, and Mark Gahey will come in as his replacement. And then Leone should be back from his long-term injury, and that'll probably be it, but we'll have to wait and see. Robertson stops the counter-attack there with what looks like a clear handball. And a free kick's given. Milton says, how are they playing in the midfield? Wow. How are they playing in the midfield? You know the days that your bins get taken away. Mine is Thursday, and you just see kind of bags of trash everywhere as the bin men are loading those bags in. That would be equivalent. That would be equivalent. Not particularly well, if I'm honest with you. I'd say Palace have maybe slightly been on top. Liverpool not great. Top Notch says, what's the score? 0-0. Does it not come up on the screen? Is it not like below my double chin? Should say Live 0, Pal 0. Charlotte has an interesting fact. Liverpool once held a match in extreme heat. Wouldn't mind a bit of heat at the moment. That's the thing with English weather. It's hot, 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 hot. And then as soon as it's cold, it's effing cold. There's no like gradual cooling of the weather. You'll have summer one day and then winter the next day. But I still prefer that over the heat, I can't lie. Ooh, Endo wins the ball. That's what we've been missing. So that should make Milton a bit happier. Endo winning the ball. Endo showing a bit of aggression, a bit of bite. That's what Liverpool have been missing from the rather flaccid midfield of late. Fish says, how good was Joe Allen, Yasser Larouci, Babel and Benteke? Wow. Joe Allen, I can't lie. I always thought he was pants. I always thought he was rubbish. He was Brendan Rodgers' favourite player. Wee Joe, as he was known. Oh, Endo just loses the ball, but no biggie. Ooh, Chiesa. Ooh, very good by... Ooh, that was good by Chiesa. That was good. Very good first touch. Chiesa's kind of first touch as he brought the ball down, and I don't know if it was a fluke to be fair, but there was a long ball and Chiesa's first touch seemed to take both defenders out. I don't know if that was a fluke. Might have been a fluke. And then Chiesa has a shot on goal but hits it over. But that's impressive. And now somebody again. Now why? This better not be McAllister on the floor again. If it's McAllister on the floor, just stop playing the guy. I'm waiting to see. Why has that guy got a balaclava on? It's not that cold. I'm waiting to see who. Oh no, it's Rio. I saw the legs and I was like, that's not McAllister. That's not McAllister. It's Rio. Joe Allen, yeah. I'll be honest, had a bit of a cult following because Brendan Rodgers used to love him, but I used to think it was rubbish. I used to think he was too light. Yasser Larouci, I believe he was a left winger. Again, he was one of those players that would play a lot in pre-season and everyone would be like, yeah, Yasser Larouci. And then as soon as the proper season started, he'd just disappear. Ryan Babel, did he come in the same season as Torres? I think he might have done. Because I remember a lot of people kind of saying, and I remember having this conversation in a shopping centre with my friend like 20 years ago. It's crazy how I remember that. But a lot of people were saying Babel is better than Torres. Like Ryan Babel, he's amazing. And back in those days as well, we didn't really used to have internet. So a lot of people were kind of very excited about Ryan Babel. But the weird thing is, when he joined, he started playing as a left winger. And he didn't look all that great on the left. So I think I'd say Ryan Babel didn't really live up to his potential. A lot of people compared him to Thierry Henry at the time. Benteke was amazing for Villa, but didn't quite live up to it for Liverpool. Luke says hello again. Hi Luke, how's it going? Hope you are doing good. Hope you're enjoying the rain, because it doesn't effing stop raining at the moment, but I hope you're doing good. Yeah, it was Rio on the floor. But thankfully he alright. And why is my CPU jumping up to 100%? That's weird. Luke says, it's not raining my side. I'm out with my mates at the moment. Nice. Enjoy. Hope you have a nice evening. Zaim says, Joe Allen, Wee Joe. As Brendan Rodgers used to call him, Wee Joe, the Welsh Javi. Yeah, that's another one. I forgot about that, to be fair. In addition to calling him Wee Joe, I think Brendan called him the Welsh Javi once. Babel was exciting, especially, yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember that as well. I think this is going back to 2007. For some reason, the year 2007 is stuck in my head. But yeah, because I was at school at the time, and my friend was an Arsenal fan, and I remember he was saying, Babel's the next Thierry Henry. He's the next Thierry Henry. We're gonna get him. And then when Liverpool got him, we were like, ah. But they had the last laugh because Babel was not all that. Harry's Red Dead Redemption tutorials and music says, hello, how are you? Good, I'm better today. You won't hear much swearing today, so all good. How's things with you? How's the Red Dead Redemption going? Is this the first time you've played the game, or are you doing like a replay of that game? Fish says, is Paul Ince a traitor? You asked me that on the gaming video, and I responded. I don't consider Paul Ince a traitor because he played for Man United first. Emre Can, not really. I know he left on a free, but wasn't the end of the world. So yeah, not really. Fish says Harry, and Harry says Fish. Ooh, cross by Chiesa. Fish says, how's your girlfriend? Again, I was explaining this to Fish yesterday. I during when I was playing the game, I said she's not Harry's girlfriend. She's just a girl that he likes. That's the distinction. And to be fair, Harry has said the same thing. She isn't my girlfriend. She's a friend who I like. Well, the first thing Fish said was Harry's getting married. And I was like, Harry's a bit young to be getting married. And yeah, you'll see on the gaming stream. Fish is pondering that. Charlotte says you're always excellent. I don't know about always, but I appreciate that. Harry says 5th time. Wow, nice. It is a good game, to be fair. Very, very, very deep. I mean, you could play it 5 times and it could be like a different game every single time to a certain degree. Fish does not like Michael Owen. That I understand. I think I've said this before. I was in a lift with him once. It was just me and Michael Owen in the lift, and I didn't even talk to him. I didn't even care. This was probably about 10 years ago. Luke says Swansea beating City. Yeah, 1-0. Last I saw. Is it still 1-0? It is still 1-0. As you can see over here. Chelsea 2-0 up. Arsenal 0-0 with Brighton. Spurs Newcastle 0-0. Harry says, yes, good side ending and bad side. Yeah. I'll be honest with you. I've played it once and I didn't finish it. And I can't remember why. Because it was good. I can't remember why I didn't finish it. Cross by Palace. I mean, Gomez has looked alive today. Shot and saved by Woodman. Woodman can catch. There is a relief. Fish says Harry supports Bournemouth. He does not. He supports United. I mean, Chiesa gets fouled. Chiesa stays on his feet. Again, Chiesa, to be fair, is having to do all the work by himself. Where's his support? Chiesa's like in the middle, dribbling past and kind of bobbing and weaving in between multiple players, and there's absolutely nobody on the right. There's absolutely nobody on the left. I mean, the guy can only do so much. Look at that. Chiesa's got 6 players on him. Chiesa's surrounded by 6 players, and they're all in white shirts. No Liverpool players. I mean, what's the guy supposed to do? And even then, he wins the free kick. Robertson's taking it. Oh, Jesus Christ, man! What's the point? What's the point? What's the point in having a free kick if you just kick it straight at the damn goalkeeper and then the goalkeeper's just gonna catch it? What's the point? Just kick it out. Like the free kicks, set pieces in general, but free kicks especially are rubbish in this team. But how can you be absolutely desperate for any sort of chance the entire game, and as soon as you get one, you just kick it straight into the goalkeeper's hands? I don't understand. The beginning is slow though. Stuck in the snow area, 46 minutes for 2 missions. Yeah, I think it picks up once you start getting the camps, and then you start moving camps, and kind of that sort of stuff. If I recall, that's when it starts getting fun. Rank these playmakers for creativity. I mean, Wirtz is just starting his career, so I probably would exclude him. But for creativity, like specifically the word creativity, Coutinho, McAllister, Szoboszlai, probably. We should sign Yilmaz. Google him. Ooh, Liverpool counter attack. Chiesa with a nice back pass. Chiesa's running the show here. Yeah, he thought he was playing against Onana. Onana would have dropped that, to be fair. But anybody else, whether it's this keeper or any other keeper, would not drop that. How good was Brad Friedel? He was decent, to be fair. I don't know if he's the first American that's ever played for Liverpool, but I recall a bold keeper. I think we might have got him from Blackburn. I thought he was decent. Was he in the squad like alongside David James back then? But yeah, I thought he was decent, Brad Friedel. Yeah, I do need a holiday from this team. I've probably picked the worst destination then, if you think about it, because I'm literally going to the country that comprises most of this team. So of all the places, I picked the worst destination. Yeah, Harry says yes, it does. Zabe says most Premier League teams have been great at set pieces, considering the quality of players we have. We are disappointing. Yeah, literally. Yeah, I feel 100% the same. I just feel like whenever Liverpool get a set piece, it's such a terrible effort. Unless it's Szoboszlai. I think Szoboszlai can put in good free kicks, and Szoboszlai can put in good crosses. But if it's anybody else, eight times out of 10, it's going to be a complete waste of time. It will go straight into the keeper's hands. And it is really frustrating, as you've said, because I think kind of given how thin margins are, you need to make the most out of your opportunities, as other teams do. I mean, how many games have Arsenal won now purely because of a set piece, whether it's a corner or a free kick? Corner, 1-0, 3 points. Free kick, 1-0, 3 points. Whereas Liverpool, free kick, you wasted your time. Next. Corner, you wasted your time. Next. So Szoboszlai is the only one that seems to at least take them seriously. Gakpo's getting better. But yeah, it's just annoying. Fish says people banned from Fish FC. Fish. I mean, hold on. So the team is called. You were mentioning this yesterday. The team is called Fish FC, but Fish is banned from it. You've banned yourself. I mean, fair enough. Michael Owen, Coutinho, Fish again, Lonergan, and Lewis Hall. So you say banned, but like if they try to join your team, like what's the consequence? What happens? Do you just kick them out or what? That's what I want to know. Conor McGregor, Poirier, or Nate Diaz? I mean, it depends. It depends how you rank them. But in terms of skills, I might put Dustin Poirier number 1. Which says Google Barris. He's a younger replacement for Gakpo. I mean, Gakpo's young as it is. Gakpo ain't exactly old. What do you mean younger replacement? He's 25. It says Baris Yilmaz is 25 over here. And I bet you Gakpo's also 25. Gakpo's 26. So yeah, maybe not a younger replacement. The thing is with Gakpo, I appreciate he's not the flashiest player, but he's the only one. He's the only one scoring goals at the moment. You know what I mean? Delivery, but also attacking the ball. Ekitike, Isak, Gakpo, Gravenberch, Kanate, Van Dijk. Yeah, all actually 6'4"-ish, I think. I think Van Dijk 6'4", Kanate 6'4", Gravenberch maybe 6'3", Gakpo 6'4", Ekitike 6'4", Isak 6'4". I mean, you're right. It's a massive team. I appreciate they scored 2 headers versus Frankfurt, but as you said, like that's the exception rather than the norm. You'd expect it to happen a bit more kind of frequently. It's just frustrating because you see other teams taking advantage of it, But with Liverpool, it's just like it feels like a hit and a hope. Hit and a hope, and something might happen, rather than we have deliberately engineered the situation where something is likely to happen. I almost feel like the people taking set pieces, if they close their eyes, the same thing would happen. Like the ball would end up in the same place if they just close their eyes. So yeah, that irks me, and it also irks Charlotte. I don't want to jinx him, but this Freddie Woodman guy has not looked terrible. Is that a compliment if somebody says you're not terrible? Who knows? Oh, God. You are not awful. You are not the worst thing I've ever seen. There's a compliment. Robertson loses the ball, and then Kirkes fouls the guy. No foul, to be fair. I can't lie, I'm still a bit of a Kirkes fanboy. I appreciate he's not everyone's cup of tea. But I still think he's a very good player. But throw in. And as I say that, Kirkes loses the ball. And it might be a corner. No, it's a goal kick. It's a goal kick. Gomez has looked pretty awake, to be fair. Gomez has looked alive. Zaim says, Kirkes for me is the Darwin Núñez of left backs. I mean, on the surface, that feels like an insult, but I think specifically what you might mean is he's very aggressive, wears his heart on his sleeve, tries really hard. Oh my God, and it's 1-0 already. Jesus of Nazareth. Way 1-0, yeah. 1-0 down. I've totally forgotten what I was talking about. It was the Kirkes thing, wasn't it? But let's see the replay. Ah, nice one, Robertson. Nice one, Robertson. Nice one, Andy. It's a difficult situation because I'm a Kirkes fanboy and I don't like Robertson, and Zaim is a Robertson fanboy and doesn't like Kirkes. So. Alex says, you're losing. Pretty much, yes, that's the story of our lives, to be honest. Perpetual losers who lose at everything. We would lose a blood test. We would fail a blood test. That's the that's a better way of putting it. You jinxed it. I jinxed it. I may have done. I've been talking a lot of nonsense today. Is it because I said Gomez has been playing well? Gomez is looking aggressive, and then you could perhaps make the argument that was Gomez's fault. It's annoying as well to concede. Why did that sound so Welsh? I was like, it's annoying. I don't know why that sounded so Welsh. But it's annoying as well to concede just before halftime. Oh, God, this team is rubbish. And again, to be fair, it's a youth team, not the end of the world. Honest Light is laughing. So his master plan to sabotage this cup is working fantastically. Edwin says 1-0. Saw. This is the same guy that used to be at Watford, isn't it? Senegalese guy. Does does Joe Gomez get the assist? After seeing the replay, I see how I may have jinxed it, but it's a goal for Palace and an assist for Liverpool. I mean that's fair, surely. We'll take that. Oh my god, Joe Gomez, what you doing? I've jinxed you. Palace through again. Calvin Ramsey from Scotland saves the day. Nice one by Ramsey. Fraud watch with Slot is getting more intense. The thing is, Slot was laughing about it, so I think he might have sabotaged this competition. It was 100% Gomez's fault. Yeah, the way I mean, he should have been. Oh god, his head has gone after that. His head has gone after that. His head has 100% gone after that. He needs to get things back into gear. Zaim says Kirkes is 100 miles an hour. A Saar goal versus Liverpool is like the sun rising. That is true, to be fair. It's like the sun rising and the sun setting because it just happens. It just happens so often if you think about it. Is this frozen? It is not frozen. Chubb says Calvin Ramsey from Scotland. I believe so. I don't know where in Scotland, but I can look it up for you. He's got a bit of a Glenn Rothos vibe about him. Aberdeen. I don't know if you guys have been to Aberdeen. I used to work in Aberdeen, and it's always absolutely freezing in Aberdeen. What I do like about Aberdeen is I used to stay in a hotel in a shopping centre, and there's oh my god, is that Sarah again? What the F is going on? But again, I did say to Zaim to put a nice spin on this. Where is it? Zaim said a Saar goal versus Liverpool is like the sun rising, and I said it's like the sun rising and also the sun setting. So am I an oracle? Did I foresee that? Maybe. I don't know. User says Liverpool in the mud. It's more like mud in the Liverpool because the mud is better than Liverpool, if you know what I mean. Mud in the Liverpool. Yeah, that is shocking. Ilyas also always turns up at like the worst possible opportunity. You know, like if you're about to get fired from work, Ilyas will turn up and say, how you doing? How you doing? He says, well, hello there. I conveniently come on to show my presence as soon as our rivals start losing. Yes, I have noticed that. I can't lie. How are you? Yeah, good. Busy. I can't lie. Busy with life, busy with work. But I've booked another holiday during the international break, which in one way is good, but in one way is bad because it makes things even busier because I have to plan another holiday, if you know what I mean. But yeah, all good. How's things with you? Hope's all is well with you. Yeah, 2-0. Oh yeah, the tag sticking out. Yeah, you mentioned last time. Was it when I was wearing the blue hat? You were like, you said I just tuck the tag in, or I say it's part of my style. I think that's what you said. Oh, sorry's through again. Maybe if I just close one of my eyes, it doesn't go in. That's the plan. We will close one of our eyes. Jeffrey says, "Is Liverpool playing today? Because I don't know anymore. I think officially yes, but in reality, what I am seeing is not playing. To be honest, it's a youth team, which is helps to a certain degree, but also doesn't necessarily make things much better. I'd say Liverpool second string are trying to play, but the fact that it's a second string shouldn't be an excuse, because number one, they are at home, and number two, I can understand a 1-0, but a 2-0, sort your lives out. Newcastle are 1-0 up. So I think Lightning will not be particularly happy about that. Who scored for Newcastle, man? Scored the goal, man! Who scored for Newcastle, like? Where's the score, man? Oh, sorry. I have a tendency to descend into Geordie accent. Fabian Shaw. Very nice. They have a goal, which is always good. Sonny is back. Life is good again. Firstly, I'm glad to hear Sonny as well. Liverpool through. I don't know if you're aware, Sonny, but people would always ask me, what happened to Sonny? And I was like, I'm not sure, but I hope Sonny is good. Sonny says, Liverpool finally unleashed their prime form. Where is Slot and what happened to the slot machine? I mean, maybe they unplugged it. Maybe they unplugged it. I believe they probably need electricity to run. Actually, no, they probably didn't unplug it. Liverpool probably forgot to pay the electricity bill. This is a third string. True. It is the third string, but I'd expect better from some of the more senior players. You could only laugh at this point. But as I say, Liverpool are rubbish, but my lights look nice. That's my fallback. Liverpool are rubbish, but my lights look nice. So that keeps me sane. Jeffrey says no one. Yeah, no one's doing good. Ilyas says only team to beat Liverpool at Anfield this season right now is United, but will very soon be a few other teams. And if you play in like a 5-a-side team at the weekends, I'd recommend you play Liverpool because you would also beat them. Hopefully Palace will be joining us. I mean, Palace will... To be honest, like, what you did was more impressive, to be fair, because you beat the first team. This... And again, I'm not making excuses, but this is like not a first team. Maybe that's a bit of confusion if I show you here. So it's Woodman in goal, Calvin Ramsey, Endo, Gomez, Robertson, Kirkes. You could say Kirkes is a first team player. Morrison, Nioni, McAllister, who's not fit, Rio, and Chiesa. So it is a reduced strength lineup. So, but you beat a full lineup. So what you did is more impressive, to be fair. Yeah, 2-0. Yeah, Noel says only scores. Yeah, he does have a tendency. He does have a tendency to always score against Liverpool. I mean, Liverpool were in for him back in the day. You know, when he was at Watford as a like potential replacement for Mane, but then Liverpool didn't go for him. Maybe he gets his revenge by always scoring against Liverpool because of that. Thank the Lord for half time, indeed. Ultimately, this result doesn't matter too much, but I still would have expected better. Can't lie. Which subs do you want to come on? That's a fair question. Who's on the bench? Oh, the bench is even more bakwas. If I can if I can show you. So the kind of Bakwas bench that we have. Pesci, who's an 18-year-old keeper. Carter Pennington. I got no idea who Carter Pennington is. Nalo is centre back, who ain't all that good. Welity Lucky. I mean, we're all unlucky for having to watch this. Michael Laffy. Well, we're all laughing watching this. Kirol Figueroa. Trent Kone Doherty. Kite Gordon. To be honest, like, in terms of who I want to come on, basically whoever doesn't have school tomorrow, because I think some of these guys, I think they might have like maths and English tomorrow morning. So whoever you know, whoever's not busy. Yeah, that is the bench. Apparently their feet like don't touch the floor either when they sit on the bench. They're just kind of dangling, because it is quite a young contingent. Yeah, Saar was amazing at Watford, as Ilyas has said. I'm surprised. I was surprised that Liverpool were not in for it. Maybe they thought, okay, that Mane maybe want to go in a different direction. But even at Watford, to be fair, like Saar would always score against Liverpool. Sonny says the world is beyond repair. Arteta on top with Arsenal and Liverpool below, with Arsenal and Liverpool below top 6 right now, looking for a 5 in a row L. Yeah, it's not ideal. Did you supported Barcelona, didn't you, Sonny? I appreciate you lost to Real Madrid on the weekend, but it was a decent performance. It was a decent performance, and it was only 2-1. So I'd rather Barcelona won La Liga, if that's any sort of comfort. Bro said Bakwas. Yeah, that's the only word I have to describe this. And if people don't know what that means, it means rubbish. It's like a Punjabi word for just crap. Wanna see Figueroa, son of Mina? To be honest, like I'm not particularly fussed. My feet don't touch the floor. Fair enough. Yeah, and I definitely think the same applies to this bench. Ilias says, I think we were gonna get Saar, but then we settled for the freedom fighter Jadon Sancho. I mean, I think I think Saar would have been very good wherever he went. How old is he how old is he these days? Ismail Assar. 27 to your face, 27. Oh, sorry. Let me move this here. He's 27, so he could, he could still get a move. Yeah, I thought he was a bit older than that, because I feel like Saar has been around forever. So at 27, he could get a move to another team. You never know. Certainly possible. Jeffrey with the positivity. I like the positivity, to be fair. We need more of that. We need more of that. I think Liverpool will turn this game around. Damn right. Let's go. Do you think Liverpool will win then? 2-1? Oh, sorry, not 2-1. 3-2? 3-2, do you reckon? Nate, we're losing 8-0. Oh, God. Imagine that. Imagine losing 8-0. An AI agent says, why do you watch football? To be honest, I have no idea. I wonder that. It's one of those things, to be honest. I mean, growing up in England, most people watch football. You end up watching it as a kid. And then you end up continuing to watch it as you're older. It's one of those things I think you have to develop a attachment to when you're younger. I have some friends who kind of never develop that attachment and therefore never watch it. Whereas I think it's one of those things where if you watch it when you're younger, you just continue watching it when you're older. Getty says Liverpool trash indeed. How many H's? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 H's. So does that mean it's going to be a 5-0 loss? It looks hard. Says yeah, you are correct. You are correct. What do you think? Do Liverpool win? I don't think so. Jeffrey thinks Liverpool will win. And to be fair, I respect the positivity. The positivity and the belief in your team. When Jeffrey says, I think Liverpool will turn this around, I'm like, you know what? Fair point. You gotta respect that. Me personally, I think Liverpool might get another goal. But to be honest with you, Getty 1-2-1, I think Palace will win. What kind of dirt is this game? all the words are coming out. I was calling this game bakwas, and Akash is calling it dirty. So yeah. Again, translation of that is shit. I was calling it rubbish. Ilyas says 4-1. 3-1, I think. 3-1. Maybe I should make that screen a bit more relevant. It's just got a picture of a crab on it. But I'll see if I can put something else on there. Sunny says, speaking of Barcelona, what do you think of Rashford? 5 goals, 6 assists in 13 matches, La Liga and Champions League combined. I can't lie, that's pretty good. That's actually, no, that's not pretty good. That's very good. That's 11 GA in 13 games in La Liga and Champions League. So 11 GA in 13 games in tough competitions. I think that's impressive. Sometimes a change in environment can do you good. So yeah, I mean a lot better than I expected. I thought he was going to be rubbish, but he seems to be doing really well there. So yeah, I mean, hopefully for his sake it continues. I read something in the news as well that he wants to stay there. That he wants to stay at Barcelona permanently. Would you take him at Barcelona permanently? Because I know a lot of people were in the summer were against Rashford joining, but now that you've seen what he can do, would you maybe take him permanently? Yeah, might as well settle for a loss with the state of that bench, says Ilyas. Yeah, that's the thing. You know when you were saying who would you bring on, I'm like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Literally doesn't matter. You've got Keenan and Cal and Drake and Josh on the bench. It's like they ain't gonna do nothing. They make you laugh, but like Keenan and Cal and Drake and Josh, they're not scoring against Crystal Palace, unfortunately. So all you can do is laugh. Well, you can laugh or cry, but laughing is better. Wayne says Liverpool, my side, are all over the place again. Yeah. You are correct, Wayne. There is literally nothing positive to say about what we are seeing today, which is interesting, isn't it? If can anybody who supports Liverpool come up with a positive? Or can anybody who doesn't support Liverpool, can they think outside of the box and come up with a positive? Because I'm struggling. I mean, maybe a positive is if they go out of this cup, that's one less thing to worry about, but I feel like I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel. Cengiz says, hi, how are you, Cengiz? I hope you are doing well. England isn't a farming league, says Cengiz. Yeah, for me, it's the top league. Jeffrey says, "Tutty is a new word." Yeah. It's okay. It's a new word, but it's not a nice word. It just means like shit. So maybe don't say it at work, but in other times, uh, in other situations, it's all good. Mr. Default says, "Hello, my beautiful people." See, like United winning a few games has elevated Mr. Default's mood. He's now a happy person. Previously, there were just talks about misery and regret and despair and perhaps depression. But United winning a few games. There you go. I was looking for that. United winning a few games has made this Mr. Default happy. So that's a positive. Cengiz says nobody talking about Vinny. Yeah, apparently he's off, but I don't think he's actually off. I think it's a sign a new contract, get more money type of deal. BPB says she 2-0 we cooked. I mean, we're not just cooked, we're burnt. Have you ever left pizza, like pizza you cook for 10 minutes, right? So 10 minutes you're cooked, but Liverpool have been in the oven for about half an hour. All the crust is disintegrated. You know when you burn something so much, the crust starts kind of flaking off and it just makes a mess in your oven. That's the level of cook that Liverpool are. Mr. Default says, have you heard apparently McTominay wants to return to the Premier League? Where do you think he should go? Why? Like, why does he want to return? He seems to be having the time of his life in Italy. Getting nominated for awards and all that jazz. I'd probably stay there. Durwood, with a bit of positivity, says, this is one less competition that we'll have to worry about players getting injured. Yeah. A bit of positivity there. Interestingly, I noticed Slot was laughing after the first goal, but furious after the second goal. Alex says, as a Villa fan, why am I confident against you? It's because you've got eyes and you've got common sense. Because you can see this is rubbish. So you'll probably do pretty well. Yeah, Gerrard was the best as... So Charlotte's question is, who's the best Liverpool midfielder of all time in the Champions League? Jeffrey says Stevie G was the best. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Wamani says, ooh, but why? But why to what? Well, what is the question? James has had enough. James says Slot out. I'll be honest with you. I'm not particularly happy about this, but I also genuinely don't care. But if the same happens against Villa, then I will be. Oh, they're bringing Mateta on. Why are you bringing Mateta on? It's like in computer games when you got like this much energy left and then they pull out like a super move. It's like, why are you pulling out a super move? Just do like a sweep. Just do a sweep and I'll die. You don't need to finish me with like a super move. Why are they bringing Mateta on? They've kicked off. I don't want to set the timer, but I must. The timer's slightly inaccurate, but effort. BPB says we need to work on set pieces. Not gonna lie, yeah, I agree with you 100%. I was going on about that earlier. Other teams, they actually look dangerous at set pieces. Liverpool's set pieces are utter trash and utter garbage and utter bakwas. Robertson had a free kick in a good position. He just hits it. He just hits it straight into the goalkeeper's hands. And this is not a one-off. This is not a one-off. This happens every single game. You look at Arsenal, they take advantage of their set pieces. They plan the set pieces. Something actually happens. But I just feel like, other than Szoboszlai, I feel like Szoboszlai takes the set pieces seriously. But every other player, I feel like the end result of the set piece would be exactly the same as if they just closed their eyes. Like Robertson is looking and he hits the ball, but I feel like if he closed his eyes and he hit the ball, the exact same thing would happen. So the set pieces they need to sort out. They need to sort out. Kazim says after selecting the lineup and the bench slot should be sacked. I can't lie. I was surprised at the weakness of the lineup. I thought there'd maybe be a few more senior players in there to maybe get them a bit of rhythm. But if you look at the bench, like who the hell is Carter Pennington? Who? Tommy Pilling? Like, it's just like, sometimes you watch like a TV show and they show the credits at the end of like the director and some extras. It's just like that. I'm like, who the hell are these? To me, it looks like he's throwing the competition, but that should not be an excuse. Jeffrey says it's early to say with the position we are in right now. Very true. Yeah, as BPB has said there, I felt the same. It's like we are already on the ropes. We're already about to get knocked out. We're already about to get knocked out fighting Eddie Guerrero, and then Eddie Guerrero gets switched for Brock Lesnar, and I'm like, great. that's just what I need. But I can barely keep an eye open. Kazim says it's like you wanted to lose this game. Every other team tonight have picked strong teams. Yeah, you're right. You are right. It does feel like he wants to lose this game. And I think what is most indicative of that is the bench, I think. Because sometimes you can like start with kids because it's the cup. But then if you want to win the game, you at least have the big hitters on the bench so that you can bring them on if things are not going so well. But he's got small hitters on the pitch and even smaller hitters on the bench. So I think he's throwing the competition. That's certainly what it looks like. Yeah, Kirke's CM is so funny. It's like playing Van Dijk as striker. Kirke's strength getting up and down the pitch. Kirke's strength is putting crosses in. Kirke's strength is staying out wide. Kirke's strength is using his pace and his aggression. And what do? You stick him in the middle where he cannot use any of those attributes. Sunny says the lineup and bench look like FIFA regens. Yeah, to be fair, they do. Oh God, it's just so bad. Like you would have thought that they'd at least be like, what? That's interesting because they are all very junior players. You know what I mean? There's not like one senior player. Like maybe have Ekatike on there, or maybe have Sabazlai on there. But it's literally all kind of FIFA regions, as Sunny is saying there. Dawood says Slot is trying to be Klopp in regards to playing the kids. Yeah, it does look like that. The end result hasn't quite been the same, unfortunately. Leah C says Arne Slot needs to be sacked if the defeat continues in the next two matches. The difficulty is the next couple of matches are quite difficult. So there's Aston Villa. Sabazlai shaking his head. they're showing Sabazlai on the bench. Sabazlai shaking his... I mean, not on the bench, to be fair, like in the crowd. Sabazlai shaking his head. I've got to say, like, in all of this bad form, Sabazlai is the only one that seems to be actually taking things seriously. But yeah, in with respect to the next couple of matches, it's Villa, which is tough. It's Real Madrid, which is very tough. And then it's Man City away. Doesn't get much tougher than that. And then it's an international break. So yeah, not ideal. Not ideal. Considering your bogey team has been Palace, he should be he should be taking the game very seriously. If Slot was fired, who would you want? I mean, didn't you recommend Ten Hag to us a few weeks ago? I mean, who would I want? I mean, in my ideal scenario, he does not get fired. He turns things around, form improves, and we live happily ever after. But if that doesn't happen, I mean, who's available? Like, people say Zidane and all that, but I wouldn't want Zidane because I don't think he speaks English. And he just seems like a guy who's very suited to Madrid because he's familiar with the surroundings and he's familiar with the club. I don't think Zidane would be like a good fit at all. I mean, there's Andoni Iraola. I don't know if Liverpool would be too big a step up for that. A lot of people want Klopp back, but oh Jesus effing Christ, man! How effing hard is it just to pass the ball to somebody? Just a fucking pass. Like I understand, right? Look, I understand. Sometimes you can get tackled. I understand sometimes you can get pressed, but if nobody is pressing you, so nobody's on you, there's a radius around you of like 4 or 5 meters, clear radius around you, right? You get the ball, you pass it, and the ball, and you misplace the pass. Like what is the excuse for that? Because you're not being pressed, you're not under pressure. You receive the ball under no pressure, you kicked it and you lost it. Like, what is the excuse for that? But yeah, quite a few people want Klopp back. Jake wants Klopp back. The thing is with Klopp, right? I do have some concerns. Number one, he left on his own accord. Number two, if he was to come back, I would want some sort of commitment for it to be like a long-term thing. Like, I don't want him just to come back for a year because he misses his ex. So Liverpool is his ex, right? And going back to your ex seems like a good idea when you're broken up. But then when you get back together, you realize, I remember why we split up. So I don't want it to be that kind of situation where he kind of goes back to his ex and then he's like, oh, I remembered why I hated it here. And then he leaves again in a year. So if it's Klopp, I'd want like some sort of long-term commitment, which to be honest, he probably ain't going to give. Like I wouldn't want him back for like a year. And then he gets bored and then he leaves again. And then you have to solve this problem again. Like I'd want some sort of long-term solution. And additionally, like Isak's knees are not made for club football. Klopp would kill some of these players. So I'd probably be against it. I mean, how about the Palace manager? he could bring Mark Gay with him. Oh my God, Cammy's saying Brendan Rodgers. Absolutely not. I would rather have you, Cammy, managing Liverpool in your spare time, whenever you can be bothered. I'd rather have that over Brendan Rodgers. Maybe you do a bit of Liverpool work on the weekend for an hour. Like you can take Liverpool training over Zoom. I'd rather that over Brendan Rodgers. Sunny says, with all due respect, Zidane's success came with Ronaldo. So unless Liverpool had, you used to call him Penaldo. I remember this stuff. I know I look like I don't remember, but I do remember this stuff. came with Ronaldo. So unless Liverpool have a Ronaldo, then no. Because if you don't agree, Zidane has only won one league in La Liga where only two opponents are there. Yeah, no, I actually 100% agree with you. I 100% agree with you. The reason why I mentioned Zidane is because he's a big name, and typically people mention big names, not just for Liverpool, but like also for like United and those sorts of teams. But you're right. I like if you recall, I was saying I feel like his success was very dependent on the environment that he was in. And to be fair, you've given an additional step of detail beyond that. Um, but yeah, I don't think it would work in the Premier League. Also, he doesn't speak English, so yeah, not for me. To be honest, I would steer away from the big names, the famous names, like you know what I mean. Luis Enrique, Zidane, like I'd steer away from those. I'd want somebody who's ready to take the step up from like B tier to A tier, because Liverpool are A tier. So I'd want maybe like a B tier manager who's ready to take this step up. A C tier manager taking two steps up is probably too big a jump. Is this at Anfield? It is. I mean, if it makes things any better, Liverpool are playing a very reduced lineup. So it's basically a third string lineup on the pitch and a fourth string lineup on the bench, which is a bit of an excuse, but also should not be an excuse because I mean, if you put kids out there as a manager, you should know what's going to happen. So yeah, a bold Dutch manager coming from the Dutch league, getting exposed in his second season. I've seen this script before. Oh God, does that mean we're playing three at the back next season? I hope not. we don't have three defenders to play three at the back. But me personally, I still back this manager. Kirk is on the inside again. Why are you on the inside? I want you on the outside. I want you on the outside. Mark Gay, Virgil Canate. I'll be honest with you. I'm pretty sure Canate is off to Madrid. I think Mark Gay will be the Canate replacement. The way Canate is playing this season is very reminiscent of how 66 was playing last year. Like he's physically there, but mentally he's not there. Mentally he's thinking about something else. That's how Canate is playing. So my label's sticking out again. So Ilias will not be happy. But I think Canate will be off. Damn right, Nayob. Arsenal is that. Maria says, "What's wrong with Liverpool?" I mean, what's right with Liverpool? To be honest, at this point, I mean, I think that's the more pertinent question. Like this is and again, this is like a reduced lineup, which is a excuse to a certain degree, but also not an excuse. Like if you see this, like yeah, it's a reduced lineup, but I feel like as a manager, you should have an awareness that if you put in this much of a reduced lineup, you're gonna get humiliated. You know what I mean? So it's a bit of a is catch-22, is that the term? But yeah. Is Kanate actually good? He's good. He's not like he was brought as like the heir to Van Dijk, you know, another tall defender who's rapid. That was kind of Van Dijk in the early years, and Kanate was similar in the physical mold. But he doesn't have the brains of Van Dijk. I'd say his physical characteristics are good, but he doesn't have the mental strength. He's got the physical strength. He probably benches more than Van Dijk, and he probably deadlifts more than Van Dijk. So he's got the physical strength, but the mental is not there. The mental's not there, to be honest with you. He still makes silly mistakes. I swear Madrid got like 6 centre backs, yeah. Collecting them like Pokemon cards at this point. Nayab says boycott Arsenal from all competitions. Damn right. Damn right. Let's go. I'm in favour of this. I vote that we make Nayab Prime Minister and also head of the FA and also head of UEFA. Mateta was through there, but thankfully nothing happened. And then, yeah, hopefully you can implement this policy. I mean, you'd have my support. And you'd have a lot of support. So if there is ever a FIFA election, I am putting you as my nominee. Mark says, man, Slot is starting to hurt me with his moaning in the press conference about long balls. Yeah, me too. I've become a bit desensitized and tone deaf to it. Like, number one, like, long balls are within the rules. So it's your job as a manager surely to counteract that. You can't say, oh my God, teams are doing something that we don't know how to cope with. It's like, cope with it. That's what you're there for. You're there to come up with a solution for the long balls. So that's annoying, number one. Because I'm like, okay, you're there to come up with a solution for it. And number two, he's kind of revealing that that's a weakness. I'm like, dude, shut up. Stop telling other teams to do that. Because if you moan about that, other teams are gonna be like, oh, this is how we beat them. So you're revealing that those are our kryptonite. So keep it to yourself. Mr. Default says updated top 6 prediction. I'm still going Liverpool number 1. I don't care. I haven't given up yet. But I might change my mind at Christmas. Liverpool number 1, Arsenal number 2, City number 3, Chelsea number 4, Spurs number 5, whoever number 6, and United in 19th. That's what I say. Not 20th. I mean, 20th would be ridiculous, but 19th. Next year. Mark says we've lost. I don't care. That's pretty. I think Mark has reached the same conclusion that I have. We've lost. I don't care about them losing, but for F's sake, just get on with it. Except we weren't good enough. Yeah. Oh, some kids are coming on. Thank the Lord. They're getting a nice run out. Nalo and Lucky are coming on. Getting a nice run out before GCSE French tomorrow morning. They're going to be like Jejué au foot, and it will be, at Anfield, not in the book. It will be Jejué, right? That's the past tense. So yeah, they'll have a lot to report back during their French lesson tomorrow. I mean, Nalo's a centre-back, which is kind of precisely what you need when you're 2-0 down. Lucky might also be a centre-back. So we're shutting up shop with kids. Which is great. Which is just fantastic, isn't it? It's just wonderful. Well, what can you do? Come on, bring the new subs on. Nayab says, please Football England boycott Arsenal. Yes, that's the plan. Ooh, Cade Gordon, he's coming on. I mean, he was hyped up to be a decent winger, to be fair. But this probably is not the best environment for him, I can't lie. Daniel says, happy Wednesday. Hey everyone, how are you, Daniel? I hope you are having a happier Wednesday than me. Morrison's going off after doing absolutely F all. Like, what is this? Clyde Gordon went to Derby, didn't he? But now he's back. Again, it's like you've got kids on the pitch and kids on the bench. It's not really the best environment for them to learn. What's the word? Empowerment. When they ask you at your interviews, how do you empower your colleagues? This is not how you empower your colleagues, by shoving them into a hellfire situation. Nayab is not very happy about Arsenal. Rum predicts a 3-2 Liverpool win. If I was to drink rum, I would also predict such a win. To be honest with you, I'd be surprised if they scored a goal at this point. And to make matters worse, it is absolutely peeing it down. Clyde Gordon fails to pass the ball. I mean, that's the standard that we're dealing with here. Passing the ball in a straight line. I mean, all this is going to do is make motivation even worse and kind of make morale even worse. So I'm like, what's the point? What's the point in putting out such a weak team? So all this is going to do is make things worse. What do you think? Who is going to win, Real Madrid or Liverpool? To be honest, Real Madrid could play their cat in goal and have nobody else on the pitch, and Liverpool would still struggle at this rate. So unfortunately, I'd have to go with your team, Nayab. Which is a shame, because earlier in the season, I was really looking forward to that game. And now, I wouldn't say I'm dreading it, but I'm not looking forward to it. I mean, I'll still watch it, don't get me wrong. I don't only watch the team when I think they're going to win. But less confident than I was. Rom says, soon Liverpool will be a one-game-a-week club. To be honest with you, I get the impression that's the intention. Have less games and then less injuries and less to focus on. James says, to throw away this cup, considering our form and lack of title prospects, Arne Slot has to win versus Villa to make today's decision justified. That's a good point. I didn't think about that. So if you're resting, if you're basically sacrificing a tournament and resting all your first team players and not even putting them on the bench, then yeah, Zaim is correct. That adds additional pressure for you to win the next game. Because then if you don't win the next game, then you basically you sacrifice the trophy for nothing. So that's a fair point. I can't lie, the next few fixtures don't look particularly good. It's Villa, it's Real Madrid, and then it's Man City away, which is fantastic. But we will be here because we do not only watch at the good times. Mr. Default says, "You never know, you could win." That fills me with confidence. That's like you never know. You never know if you ask Taylor Swift out, she might say yeah. She might say yes. To be honest, she wouldn't say yes because she's engaged now to that Travis Kelce guy. But a year ago, that's kind of what it feels like reading that. Liverpool struggling without 66. The thing is, 66 was missing for a lot of last season. He was injured for a lot of last season as well. And it wasn't a problem then. Mr. Default will be here. Oh, I am looking forward to it. But not as much as you're probably looking forward to it, to be fair. Jono says if he doesn't win against Villa, he's on thin ice. Yeah, I think at that point, the pressure will certainly increase by a level. And then you've got the Real Madrid game, and I think the Man City game as well after that. I think the pressure is certainly going to increase, especially because it's international break after that. The thing is as well, like for me, like I don't have particularly high standards, like most people, as hard as that is to believe. But I'm like, just show me something, like show me a bit of encouragement, show me a bit of positivity, show me a bit of positivity, show me a bit of something a bit different on the pitch. But it's like you're just doing the same thing every single game, and in doing so, you lose every single game. So I don't really have much to be excited about. But you never know. Villa game is a new game where there'll be lots of pre-match like, yeah, we had a meeting and the meeting was very serious and we came together as a team and now we are united as a team, and after the meeting, which is a very serious meeting, we are now very serious and we're going to play very serious, and it's all going to be that. And then they're going to play Villa and then they're going to concede within like 2 minutes. You just know. I swear she's engaged like every 2 years. Yeah, I think she has like a new boyfriend like every 3 weeks. I can't lie. I may have been to see Taylor Swift in concert. I can't confirm or deny that, I'm afraid. Football can change in a few weeks, very true. It can change within 1 week if there's enough games. But the table is still very close. There is a child taking the corner kick. I mean, that was better. That was all right, but cleared. Milton says hi. I've got bad news for you, Milton. Things have not improved since the second half, and unfortunately, things have gotten even worse. If you've not been watching the game, that's probably a good thing because you have not been wasting your time, like me. Liverpool have offered absolutely nothing. I'm afraid. 7 shots apparently, but Palace have had 10. Liverpool have had 1 shot on target, and Palace have had 7 shots on target. That's a nice little stat. 1 shot on target at home. And again, I appreciate half this team were embryos a year or 2 ago, but even then, I'd expect a bit better. I will stay off. I mean, to be honest, I'm not much of a social media person anyway, but I will not be engaging in social media to witness the head loss after this. Ikram says, fun fact, Liverpool once experimented with orange shirts for a single match. Well, at least they did something in that match, which is more than they did in this match. Okay, Cade Gordon, to be fair. Cade Gordon at least tries to beat his fullback. He's unsuccessful, but, at least he tried. Pink Panther is thinking exactly what I'm thinking. And to be honest, what most people are thinking, so I do agree with that. My match is frozen, but that's probably for the best. Why is my CPU at like 100%? What the F, man? It's TikTok is taking up... See, this is what irks me to my core, right? YouTube and Twitch, they're barely using any CPU. YouTube and Twitch, they're barely using one CPU, and TikTok is using 4 CPUs. Like, how does that make sense? I'm excited to see the post-match interview. I will not be watching that. But I'm glad you are excited. Nayab says, Arsenal daydreaming, they win the league this season. Yeah. I mean, just because Liverpool are not playing well at the moment, I don't think it's a given that Arsenal automatically win the league. It's the same as last season. I mean, last season City were not playing well. And that didn't mean it was a given that Arsenal would win the league, because then Liverpool pipped them. Wacker says Arsenal is everyone's nightmare, lol. To be honest, not yet. But I think if they're ahead around Christmas time, then yeah. Oh, Palace are through. I don't know if that's a red card for number 65. Oh, Liverpool getting a player sent off. It's Nalo. So there's this defender called Nalo. He played for Liverpool in the Champions League and he got sent off after like 2 minutes. Whereas today, he got sent off after 15 minutes. So that's an improvement. His first game, he got sent off after 2 minutes. And today, he got sent off after 15 minutes. I mean, that's personal development, if you ask me. Nayab says Man United wild card entry is crazy. We were talking about this the other day. Who would you rather win the league? Arsenal or Man United? And the consensus amongst most Liverpool fans, which might surprise you, was we would rather United win the league than Arsenal. like you're choosing between 2 life-threatening diseases. Don't get me wrong. But like, if you had to, and I was like, if I had to, I'd rather United win it. And most Liverpool fans are like, yeah, United. It would just be funny because they thought it was their God-given right last year, and then Liverpool won it. And then they think it's their God-given right this year, and United win it. It would just be the funniest thing. Yeah, as Mr. Default says. Jeffrey says it doesn't get any better. But Liverpool are now playing with 10 men, which is fantastic. Want some tea? Maybe a bit late for tea, but I wouldn't mind tea tomorrow. You've got black tea and green tea. I can't lie, the best tea has no milk and no sugar. Just plain tea. I'm quite a big fan of that. Do you prefer summer holidays or winter holidays? Ooh, winter holidays, 100%. I'm going on a winter holiday in 2 weeks, and then I'm going on another winter holiday in 6 weeks. And then probably another one in January. Winter's my jam. Summer I don't like. I sweat too much. Whereas winter I'm all good. Jeffrey would want Arsenal to win. So if it's a choice between United and Arsenal winning the league, Jeffrey would want Arsenal. Fair enough. Me personally, I think I'd probably take United. But I appreciate it's like choosing between two less than ideal scenarios. Fish says, I'm confused. Woodman got red card or who? No, Nallo. So, you know Nallo, he debuted in the Champions League last year and he got sent off after 2 minutes. Today I don't know if he debuted, but today he played and he got sent off after 15 minutes. So he has a tendency to repeatedly get sent off. Milton says, I'll prefer Sunderland to win than all the mentioned ones. Yeah. I mean, that would be ideal, I think. Like a complete outsider. Sunderland or Bournemouth or, like a complete outsider. I think that would be the most ideal scenario. It would be hilarious, to be fair, kind of given how many people had them getting relegated. So to win the league, it'd be like a Leicester story. Mr. Defoe would pick United. That's understandable. I want some tea says, I want to support the coach, but man, he's making it hard to do so. Yeah, I'm still okay, but I don't want to say my line, but if we turn up against Villa, and if I see 4-3-3 with Salah on the right, and if Liverpool concede after 3 milliseconds, then I'm really going to start to get worried. The annoying thing is, I know Liverpool are playing like third, but there was a Frankfurt game. Some other kid is coming on who looks like a child. Well, I guess he is if he's a kid. The annoying thing is, right, in the middle of all of this, they played Frankfurt in the Champions League and they won 5-1 because they changed the formation and they changed the tactics. But it's like they won one game and then decided to abandon kind of winning tactics. Nayab says, if United win against Tottenham, that one guy from Instagram, happiest day in his life. Is this the guy who's gonna cut his hair if they win 5 games? You gotta respect that, because like he's stuck with it. You know what I mean? Like he didn't like make an excuse. Like he's stuck with it. So you gotta respect people who do that. Fish says, on my live score it said Woodman. No, it was not Woodman. Your live score is lying to you. It was Amaro Nallo. And as T says, Amaro Nallo is gash. Yeah. I swear, like in the last 2 games now, he's been sent off, right? Because he got sent off in the Champions League after like 2 minutes. And today he got sent off after 12 minutes. Mark is tired of Slot. Our team is super spoilt. I mean, spoilt is an interesting word. There does seem to be an air of like, I don't know about superiority, arrogance. Maybe like an air of arrogance about them to say, yeah, we're champions. We can do what we want. No, you can't. So yeah, I think you might have, I think you might be onto something there. Rio is coming off because he's got to get up for school tomorrow. And Kone Doherty is coming on. How good was Abel Javier? He's at left back, wasn't he? Was he Colombian? I don't think he was, but he used to play for Everton, then he played for Liverpool. To be honest, I barely remember him. I remember his hairstyle and his beard. I remember he was like, he dyed it blonde. But in terms of how good he was, I don't remember. That was kind of when I just started watching football. It's been the craziest season to a season. It's been the craziest start to a season in a while, I think, yeah. Like, I feel like a lot has happened, but it's still only October. So we've got like all of November and then all of December. And at that point, it's only Christmas. You still got a whole other half of the season to go. It's going to be a long season. Yeah, I don't want Arsenal to win it. And to be more specific, I don't want Arteta to win it. I just find him repulsive. That's a bit harsh. But just being honest, don't like the guy. Crystal Palace are through. The Palace player is like barely even celebrating because like why would you celebrate when Mr. Default says 3-0? I say no comment. I refuse to comment. I mean, you can read what Jeffrey's saying, but I refuse to. I refuse. Maybe if I don't say it, it's not real. Maybe if you pretend it hasn't happened, maybe it hasn't happened. Mind over matter. Mind over matter. Ah, God. Again, like he did over whoever number 92 is. Lucky. You weren't very lucky there, mate. Players called Lucky and he got done over. Jesus Christ, man. Yes, but it is 3-0 as Mr. Default ponders and as Saeem has said. I almost can't be asked to even write 3. Like, should I just write X? Because X is a variable. I'm storing the number in a variable called X, and X can be whatever. Because X might be 3, X might be 4, X might be 5. Oh, they're leaving now. They're leaving. That I don't like. And half of Anfield is empty. Sometimes you get pretentiousness from people saying, "Oh, we go every week, we support the game." Well, why are you leaving? Stay till the final whistle. We're here. Mr. Default's here and he doesn't even like Liverpool. I appreciate he's deriving a certain extent of pleasure from seeing Liverpool lose, but he's still here. Ooh! Jeremy just almost killed somebody. Tactics says hi. I mean, we could do with a few tactics. For 3-0 Liverpool, the trick of the Liverpool haters. I'm tempted. But then I just tend to get people swarming in saying, "Why we do?" And then I just get barrage with messages and then I can't keep up. To be honest, the X will probably confuse enough people. But I'm storing the number in this variable. It's a really bad maths joke. Oh God. Like the Liverpool 0 is a constant because Liverpool ain't scoring. As they hit it over the bar. Yeah, we need tactics from tactic. 3. I mean, again, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. You want to throw the match. You want to play the kids because for whatever reason, this competition is not important to you. But surely also you have to take into account the psychological impact from getting battered and how that can negatively affect you. especially when you're under pressure. So, thinking about it from another perspective, if he's playing the kids on the pitch and he's playing even younger kids and he's playing even younger kids on the bench, that to me says his job is not under pressure. If you think about it, because if his job was actually under pressure with regards to the club hierarchy and the directors, he wouldn't be playing this team. I think, like, he'd at least have Ekatike on the bench and that sort of thing. At least he didn't get knocked out by Grimsby Town. That is true. We just got humiliated at home instead. Dot says, why is it X? I'm storing the number in a variable because the number keeps increasing. Like, it was 1, it was 2, it was 3, and I can't be bothered to repeatedly increment the variable up by 1. So, yeah. Bit of a crappy maths joke. Whereas Liverpool having 0 is a constant. Whereas Palace is X. At the end, I'll reveal what X is. I mean, right now, the value is 3, to be honest with you. But it could be 4. Ah, see, Dante appreciates it. Dante appreciates the bad maths joke. Getty hopes 5. I mean, the value of X is currently 3. But the flexibility of the approach I'm implementing means it could be 5 very soon. And I don't need to change it. I'm just going to change it at the end. Oh, full time. There we go. The variable can be unmasked and we can all get on with our lives. Three 0. Getty says, man, these guys get minimum 10 mil per year and that's what we get. To be fair, this was a youth team. This was the kids. But you could say the manager gets 10 mil a year and this is what we get. I think that would be a fair argument. Foster says, what's going on? Nothing much, to be honest. Liverpool are trash. My rubbish is getting taken away tomorrow morning and I might put Liverpool in a black bag. Anything below 6 points in the next 3 games, I will be slotted out, unfortunately. That's fair enough. Like, for me, if you consider the Villa game, which is the next game, I need to see, like, I mean, to put it simply, I want to see the Frankfurt tactics, which was like 4-4-2, 4-2-4. You do that, you have 19 shots on goal. Wirtz looks amazing, gets 2 assists. Liverpool score 5 goals. That's what I want to see, that tactic. If that match starts and I see Salah on the right, Ekatike running around like a headless chicken in the middle, and Gakpo checking out his hair on the left. If I see 4-3-3, I'm going to start losing a bit of hope. Ikram says Liverpool crumble. Liverpool crumble does taste better than apple crumble, I can't lie, which is an overrated dessert. I don't know why so many people like apple crumble. It's literally just mashed up apple with like a bit of flour and sugar. Like, apple crumble don't deserve the respect that it gets. Jeffrey's had enough. Understandable. After having to sit through that, which is never nice. But thankfully the game's over. Thankfully the torment is over. Which is a positive to a certain degree. Nayab says, final option for the Arsenal buying Champions League on 9. Yeah, I liked your approach you were saying, where you wanted to exclude Arsenal from every competition. I like that. That was positive. But anyway, Liverpool suck, as we are aware. I think, as kind of Zaim is saying, I'm willing to give them a third certain bit of leeway because it's the kids. But Jeffrey's learned the word and he's remembered. That's quite impressive. You caught me off guard there, but in a good way. I wasn't expecting that. That's quite funny. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. But yeah, as Harry's Red Dead Redemption tutorial says again, geez, yeah. Not good. Not good. I mean, it was the kids. So they had kids in the first team and they had kids on the bench. So I'm willing to give leeway for that. But the flip side is you have kids on the first team and kids on the bench. What do you think's going to happen? Like, of course they're going to get battered. You know what I mean? So even though it's like not the end of the world, why would you put them in the situation? It's like having like an amateur boxer and like putting them in the ring with like Mike Tyson. It's like, what do you think is going to happen to him? He's going to get knocked out. His teeth are going to go missing. What do you think? It's your fault for putting them in that situation as their trainer. But yeah, not good. But it's alright. Life goes on. I've got a computer game I'm playing, so that's keeping me happy anyway. Foster says, I think we're walking around. To be honest, not even walking, like crawling. Like they're moving they're moving slower than walking. They are crawling alone. Peach, plum or nectarine. They're all pretty good, but probably nectarine. Jeffrey says kids running around and yeah, I mean you've summed it up. It was like it's like watching school kids play, like in a playground where they're all kind of running for the ball and they're all, there's not really any structure to what you're seeing. There's not really any coherency to what you're seeing. It's just a bunch of kids running around. So I think that would be accurate. Connor says Liverpool in the mud. I mean, that's it's the mud in Liverpool because Liverpool is worse than the mud. So we'd have to say mud in the Liverpool, unfortunately. Yeah, pretty much. Like I get it. It was the kids, but that also like it's an excuse to a certain degree, but it also like should not be an excuse because it's like why would you put the kids in that situation? It's like putting a kid up against Mike Tyson, and then Mike Tyson knocks him out, and he's like, yeah, because Tyson was fighting a kid. But then why did you put the kid in that situation? Oh Jesus Christ! Hi, I was Milos Kirkes, Frimpong, Isaac, Leone, and I swear you were one more. But yeah, I do remember you. Ah, yes, you were Higo Akatike, yes, I do remember you. Chicken and mushroom pizza and sweet corn. But yeah, that's not ideal. But anyway, life goes on. Unfortunately, tomorrow's a weekday, which means no fun. But yeah, let's see what happens. When's the Villa game? Villa game Saturday, isn't it? Villa game Saturday. So I shall be back Saturday. Hopefully not for another loss. But if it is another loss, then I think a lot of people's heads will be turning. Yeah, as Jeffrey says, very poor performance. And again, appreciate it was the kids, and they seemed okay a bit at the start, but then after, like to be fair, like before the goal, okay, maybe there was a bit of kind of positivity, but then after the goal went down, I feel like the kids' heads kind of dropped. I feel like the kids' heads kind of dropped and they didn't know how to kind of cope with the situation. Jeffrey says that's the worst I have seen. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. I'm glad I didn't watch that game alone. I'm glad I had you guys to keep me company, because if I was watching that alone on my TV, I honestly would have felt like I wasted my evening. You know what I mean? Like you honestly thought, okay, I've wasted, like I could have done anything this evening. I have work tomorrow, and I wasted my time watching that. So I'm glad, like, you guys kept me company and at least made it like a good evening from that perspective. You know what I mean? Like if I was just watching that myself, I'd be like, that watching that was a wasted 2 hours. No. I think Charlotte is trolling. Based on that, absolutely. Based on that, absolutely not. I mean, maybe there needs to be more of a mixture of kind of senior players and first team players. I think going purely with junior players is not the answer. Ekatike, Mateta, Salah, imagine that front three. I don't know if there's any front three with Salah in it. Like again, I like Salah, but I think he's probably gonna go this season. And probably to Saudi, and at least you get money for him. Jeffrey says, yes, I know. Wait the whole day, watch. Yeah, as in you were waiting the whole day to watch a competitive game and you didn't get it. Yeah, I kind of understand the frustration. Absolutely not. That topic came up earlier. I would rather have no manager than Brendan Rodgers. Like I'm not that level of desperation. Like if it ever comes to that, I'd rather you were the Liverpool manager. I think you can do a better job. But anyway, it's getting late. It's 10 to 10. So as I said, I'll be back Saturday. But hopefully we see something better. And yeah, let's see how it goes. But yeah, hope you guys have a nice evening. And yeah, see you guys Saturday for more fun. Cool. Take care, guys. All the best. All the best.